two on one day on my third. I was too broke, now I'm too rich. Made $100K on my third shift. I'm a boy, so boy, and I'm a gangster. And you a boy. Man, we been getting money for a long time. We was out here hungry for a long time. I don't never really have no punchlines. And all you rappers looking like a lunch line. Ooh, right now, I got you. Right now, nothing. Need a Uber right now. Right now, need crew love right now. Cause we two up right now. Ooh, I'm up right now.
All right, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. This crowd excited to see their Jaguars as both teams emerged from their tunnels a moment ago. We are just about ready for football as the Jags get set to match up with the Atlanta Falcons. Here's Bosher to kick it away.
Lucy. At 54, Ricky.
Bortles now on first down. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Vic Beasley in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
11B. Lucy.
On second down, here's Bortles. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Cole, and he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third. An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Strong start by this defense. 3rd and short, they go with a run. Stonewalled for no gain.
I played for a guy who always talked about setting tones and meeting force with force. That felt like it on that play, didn't it? And they met it in a big way and won. What a great job by the defense.
On first down, Ryan. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Yannick Ngakoue able to get in there and take him down for a loss of 3. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Tuesday. Let's go.
From the gun, it's Ryan. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And, not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
3rd and long. It's Ryan. He's airing it out for Sanu. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. A spin. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Spread right, 72. 372.
So after the INT, it's Bortles. Flushed out right. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. Give him 30 yards there.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Hey, spread left. Lucy, spread left.
From the gun, it's Bortles. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. DJ Chark, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Jags have taken the early lead. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Ryan. This one complete to Mohamed Sanu. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down. They'll indeed go for it with Ryan. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And it's a fumble. And the Jags grab it. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. And the aggressive play call simply does not work out. You're on your own side of the field here. Punt it, right?
Yeah, I would agree with that. There's a time for analytics and a time for being aggressive, but not with this field position. There's also a time for good old football 101
Yeah.
Punt it away. Let your defense take over with better field position.
Grady Jarrett with the tackle.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all, and you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Lucy.
Throwing his Bortles on 3rd down. Open man is Westbrook, complete. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a 1st down. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed.
39, Lucy. All good. 11B. 11.
Bortles now on first down. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. Vic Beasley in there to get him for his second sack of the night.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into...
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Austin Safarian-Jenkins, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So out come the Falcons now. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Now Ryan on second down. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down. He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of the story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what'd you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that.
That's cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. From the gun on third down, Ryan. Going underneath, it's Coleman. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A pickup of 11, and it moves the chains.
Get out!
Again, Ryan. Throw right side, caught by Wrigley. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another first down. Well, before last week, Dan Quinn said that he wanted to get Calvin Ridley more involved in the offense, and he did that. 7 catches, 146 yards, 3 touchdowns against the Saints.
And compare that with just 4 catches in the first 2 weeks of the NFL season. So, yeah, DQ, he told his coaches what he wanted. They got right to it, and Calvin Ridley, boy, what a big day. Julio Jones only had 3 touchdowns all of last year. But keep this in mind. All the coverages are going to kick towards Julio Jones. This gives Calvin Ridley a great opportunity to continue to have days such as he had on Sunday.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing again. Ryan. And his throw here is incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
On third down, Ryan. And it's complete. Hooper. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20. A big 30-yard play on third. A first chance in the red zone for the Falcons now. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this. Took nearly the entire first half, but a first red zone opportunity for him here. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. Ryan will throw again. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Telvin Smith. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
They'll start out on the ground. It's T.J. Yeldon. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Hey, spread right, here we go, spread right, smack.
Now Bortles throwing on second down. This is Yeldon on the dump off. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
Sunday.
A first down carry now for Yeldon. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5.
Hey, for Ricky. 372. 76.
Now Bortles. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these 2 teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation, either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. On second down, Ryan. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. On 3rd down, Devontae Freeman. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. And now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically,
and he'll be hit from behind and taken down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made. And that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. The Falcons on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. He's got Sanu. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. Give him 30 yards there. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys in plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. And incomplete here, so a little razzle-dazzle on that one, but they couldn't hook up, and it's third down. To throw on third down, Ryan. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They stopped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth. They're going to try and throw. And this is going to be in. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, but teetering right there.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 49, and they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Ryan. Getting it out left side to Sanu. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Throwing now, Ryan on first down. And that is incomplete here.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, DJ Hayden. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the second half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They're excited about where they are in this game.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Working from the gun, it's Boris. He goes underneath for Yeldon. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
And that's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football and spill the play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
Snap comes at 1, and it's Bortles. Flush to his right. He'll get this over to Westbrook. It's complete. A gain of 32 that time.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Now T.J. Yeldon. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
Back now in Jacksonville.
Punch right.
Bortles to throw on second down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. They keep it with Fournette on first down. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Tackle made there by Robert Alford. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
On third down, Fournette. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. On is Josh Lambo now for the Jaguar field goal. This to make it a 3-score game late. And Lambo will put this one through, and the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
Atlanta now coming out on the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once we were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Ryan. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now, they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
and for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson, and they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Yeah, this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure.